Hey, my name is Lukhman Hakim. Today I'm gonna introduce you about JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript runs right inside the browser and JavaScript is dynamically typed. And JavaScript is also object oriented. So in the almost everything in the language is object. So what JavaScript can do? JavaScript can validate the content of a form and make calculation or display a message to a user either as part of a web page or alert box, or animate image or create image using the JavaScript and detect the browser in use to display different content for different browser. For so for example, so here is one example that what can JavaScript do. So JavaScript can change HTML attribute. So in this case, JavaScript changed the value of search attribute of an image. So if I turn this light, like click the button to turn on the light, the image will be different. And if I turn off the light, click the off button, the bulb will off. So that's how JavaScript works. It change the source inside the HTML. So how does JavaScript work with HTML? So HTML tag creates object and JavaScript lets you manipulate those objects. For example, HTML tag, body tag can create document and to create a web page. So if the after the document is saved, you can interact the document using JavaScript. By using JavaScript tag here, you can interact those document with JavaScript. So for example, you can use special JavaScript construct called onload event handler to trigger an action. Play a little welcoming tune perhaps when the document is loaded into a web browser. Example of other HTML objects that you can interact with using JavaScript include window, text, fill, image, and applet, Java applet. So here I have example how JavaScript works with font size, color, background color from this simple words. So this simple word can change if I click this button. So see, you can see this is how JavaScript works. It change the color and the background color from the HTML file, from inside the HTML file.
Hi, my name is Luqman. Today I'm going to talk about variable declaration. So what is variable? Variable is a name given to a memory location. It is basic unit of storage in a program. The value stored in a variable can be changed during program execution. A variable is only a name given to a memory location. All the operators done on the variable affect that memory location. In Java, all the variables must be declared before use them. So, how to declare variable? So there are three important things at declaration. So this is data type. Data type is type of data that can be stored in this variable, and this is variable name. Variable name is name given to the variable, and this is value. It is the initial value stored in the variable. So this is how you declare var and the variable name and the value. Same goes to here, and here is the equation. And the execution is this. Here is another example. So you can put longer data name, example price 1 or anything else, and this is the value. Same goes to now. I choose to use price 1 as my value. So yeah, so this is how to declare variables. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paul John Cobia, and today I'll be talking about methods that exist in JavaScript language. So the first method would be document.write. So what it does is that it will write HTML expressions or JavaScript codes into a document. So here's an example. So what this line of codes would do is that it will display a line of text saying hello world. I will show an example of this, what will happen if this line of code will be executed later on. I have is window.alert. So what this method does is that it will pop up a box that will alert the user with any information that would need to be informed to the user before proceeding to the page. An example of that would be this. So what this will do is that it will create a button where if you click on it, it will pop up a box saying alert. Yeah, what we're talking about is window.confirm. What this will do is that it works almost the same as alert, but it is different in the way that there will be two buttons that the user will be able to click, that is confirm and cancel. So if the user was to press on confirm, it will return the true value, whereas if the user was to press on cancel, it will return the false value. So the programmer can create two different events if this was to happen. So here's an example. What this will do is it will create a button where if the user was to press on it, the alert box would display saying, "You sure about this doc?" So I'll be displaying what the examples that I've shown previously could do. Here is an example of each of the methods that I've shown. So here I've written h1 here, which is a tag borrowed from HTML. So yeah, I've mentioned earlier that you could also use HTML expressions inside this method. The second one, the alert method. So it will create a button where if you click on it, it would display this. It would execute this function, where it would show a pop-up box with the text alert on it. And third one would be this one, same as the other codes. It will create a button which will run this function. But what I did differently from the previous line of codes that I've shown is that if the user was to press on OK, it would display this line of text. Whereas if it was to press on cancel, it will display this line of text. I will show you what I mean later on. So here you go. Just refresh. So yeah, document.write. What I've shown you here is we are using the header one. So I believe this is the font size for header one. So for alert box, like I said, it will show a button where if you click on it, it will show this line of text alert. Oops, as you can see here, button alert. And third one will be confirm box. So here you go. Press a button. So like I said earlier, if it was to press on OK, it will say you pressed on OK, whereas if you press on cancel, it will say you pressed on cancel. So here you go. You pressed OK. And reload that again. Let's try press cancel. You press cancel. So yeah.
So everyone, before we continue, I would like to thank you all for making it this far in the video. And let's proceed. Arithmetic operators, brought to you by me. In JavaScript, arithmetic operators take numerical values, either literal or variable, as their operands and return a single numerical value. They are four standard arithmetic operators. I'm sorry about the laugh. My friend Paul and Luke trying to distract me from reading it properly. Alright, let's continue. Such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These operators work as they do in other programming languages, except the division. Now, why would you ask that? Well, operators which returns a floating point division in JavaScript, not a true character division as it does in languages such as C or Java. For example, 1/2 returns 0.5 in JavaScript and another 1/2 returns to 0 in Java. And now you'll be a bit curious about that, right? So am I. In addition, JavaScript provides modules, increment, decrement, and unary negation. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Operators. Example, addition operator. Alright guys, this is the addition operator for the HTML view side. As you can see, the JavaScript is right here for script. And let's move on to JavaScript. You see I have some random variables, and if you take variable 1 plus variable 2, 88 plus 22, I'm certain that it's 110. Oh, okay. And if you take variable 3 plus variable 4, I'm pretty sure it's 218.1. And let me just look at variable 3 and variable 4. As you see, 50 plus 1, 68.10. And you'll get 218.1. Alright, let's move on to subtraction. As you can see, everything's fine. HTML, the body, the head, the title, the meta. And you can see the script right here. We're doing it the same way, as the JavaScript codes are here in a separate document. And you can see some random variables. Variable 1 minus variable 2, 100 minus 78. Let's check. It's 22. And if we take string 1 minus string 2, which is 28 minus 18, I'm pretty sure it's 10. Take a look, and it's 10 right over here. Variable 1 minus string 2, which, let's check, it's 100 minus 18, which equals to 82, like the answer. So it's kind of simple to just key it in. You just need more practice and memorize the source codes. All right. Let's see this. Oh, I'm sorry, I kind of skipped ahead of myself. All right, this is multiplication operators, and as you can see, we're doing it the same way for each of the files because I like neat and simple, and it looks clean. Let's go to the JavaScript codes. And okay, the variables are 66, 78, and you take variable 1 times variable 2. Alright, so let's variable 3 times with variable 4. Okay, let's move back to variable 1. So 66 times 78, you'll get 5148. Let's just check that. Yes, you see. And if you take variable 3 times variable 4, 45.10 times 178.12, it equals to 8033.212, which is exactly as it follows. So lastly, we have division. Now, I did say earlier that this is a bit tricky. So again, it's leading back to the JavaScript codes document right over here. It's in the same folder, so there's no need for me to adding document slash and such. Let's move on to the JavaScript codes. These are the variables, random variables that I have handpicked myself. And as you can see, variable 1 divided by variable 2 will equals to, so 45 divided by 78 equivalents to 0.5769. basically is decimal, so let's check it out. Yep, it's decimal. And if you take variable 3 divided by variable 4, which is 1 divided by 2, basically 0.5. You don't need a calculator for that. And let me check. Yes, it is. So that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching my part. And please comment below who did the best part.